Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to What's Up 383. I think I'm correct with the edition number this time. We are on Vive France, the big one, the Queen stage, the Goliath, the monster that is Col de Telegraph and Col de Galibier all in one hit. It's a race of attrition, battle of survival. I just want to get it done. I think Martin Prop, my main rival, is in this race with me, so I have no prior knowledge of his time. So I've got nothing to aim at, nothing to try and improve on, nothing to try and defend against. This is just, I'm just going to have to spin for as long as and as fast as I possibly can before my entire body locks up with cramp and I roll around on the floor like a beached, not a beached whale, that's too disparaging on myself. Salmon. Anyway, I'm going to start with a couple of apologies. Firstly, I'm in a freaking bad mood today. I really am. So this might be one of the most miserable vlogs I've ever done. Can't really tell you why. I'm just grumpy. I've been miserable, well, yeah, all day, pretty much all day. And the second apology is a more serious one to anybody that had problems getting into the earlier races or had dropouts during the races. I would imagine by the time this video comes out, the issues would have been discussed at length and hopefully resolved. But obviously it's something we'd hope to look into anyway. And I've mentioned it on previous videos. Please always send a support ticket to RGT if you do have any of those problems. It will obviously just help them to identify any issues and hopefully prevent them from happening in future stages. I've done no warm-up. Got 5 minutes to the race. I hadn't really planned to do a warm-up, but actually life just got in the way and I've literally just jumped on the bike. I've had no time at all, so this is going to be an interesting one. But luckily, it's certainly not a stage where I was planning on gunning it from the line anyway. I'll just tell you a couple of guys I can see. Mr. Kevin Wiltshire just in front of me. Kevin, thank you for buying your printed handbook, and I have very proudly signed it for you, my friend. One of the strangest requests I've had in a long time. It felt slightly odd, like autographing something, but always happy to do it. And I can see Mr. Percy Santamaria, who I've not given him like star of Vive la France because that doesn't do justice to Percy's contribution. And I will repeat what I've said loads of times before. At some stage, at the end of this, I will go into full details about who did what to make this event happen. But if you want any clues as to who the absolute legend of this whole event is, look no further than Mr. Percy Santamaria. Anyway, I'm going to zip it so I can get a little bit of air in my lungs over 4 minutes, and I shall see you when the flag drops. Just 20 seconds to go now. It'll be very interesting to see if anybody does decide to light it up right from the off. Take advantage of what little flat there is before we start the climbing. I'm literally, as I've mentioned, going to have to just concentrate on getting through it, so there'll be no chasing anyone today. There go the planes, there go the flags, and we are off. Have a great race, everyone. Sail in for a long evening. Okay, I keep losing cadence. Power a couple of times, but not completely, or in very small bursts. I'm getting some really strange gradient reactions on my trainer. Really strange. Going very steep when it's not on course, and then flattening off when it was 11%. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm playing around with the settings, or trying to. Everything seems to be connected. I've not changed anything. I mean, this seems a little bit more accurate now, 8.5%. Definitely feeling the gradient there, but just a bit inconsistent at the moment, so hopefully it'll just settle down as we go on, because I don't fancy not having any resistance and just basically spinning another flat race for 3 hours. I'm just plodding away. Let's have a quick look at this course. So, this first climb that we're on now, I believe goes on for about 12 kilometres before we actually have a good long 2-3 kilometre descent, which would be a nice little rest for the legs, I hope. And then the harder climb to the end, which, as far as I know, actually gets very nasty in the last few kilometres of that. So it's going to be very much a case of hold back what you can, save some matches, and grind your way to the top. At the moment, just looking at the front, we have Jan Decker, the least surprising thing to happen today. Again, I'm not sure what the earlier times were, but that's really what we should be focusing on at the end, is how his time compares to the earlier races. He has G Hill and our very own Jonathan Crane right behind him, and then R. Lopez. The guys around me, Peter Guthrie just up the road, 140 metres, then R. Kalick, who just came past me. Sorry, something keeps biting my leg, I think. I've got the doors wide open, and obviously it's a warm, sweaty evening here in the UK, so I'm going to be basically like mosquito crack. Anyway, yeah, R. Kalick just ahead of me, Gus Scott just behind, and I. Nelson. If you're interested in where my rivals are, I can see, great to see Rink Visser here. He's just up the road, 3.2k, so 200 metres ahead, and he's in a nice little bunch with Martin Prop-Monster, Mr. Mooney, and Keith D. So, 3 of my rivals in the VLF, and then one of my all-time rivals, Mr. Rink Visser, all bunched together, a couple of 100 metres up the road from me. I'll look to rectify that towards the end if I'm still alive. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to make contact with the man I call Mr. 111 for the fact that a couple of years ago he completely broke my heart, spirit, body and mind, everything in the last 5 kilometres of a 111 kilometre race. Mr. Rink Visser, so good to see you, man. I'm going to have to try and pedal away from you if I can, because I'm in hot pursuit of the Prop Monster, who's 180 metres up the road from me, holding really solid power. And my biggest worry actually is if he gets over the top of this climb, his speed on the descent will be so much that I'll go into the second climb with a huge deficit. So I'd actually like to get back to him sooner rather than later if I can. Just to quickly update you on my trainer connection reading weirdness. It continues. I'm getting some very strange gradient feelings through the trainer. I've adjusted the slope realism up to 100% and nothing, down to 0%, nothing. I'm getting gradient changes, but not consistent with what I'm seeing on screen, which is really odd, a little bit disconcerting. But at the moment, 8.5% feels like 8.5%, but I've had the odd occasion where it feels like 3% and then 15%. So I'm having to be a little bit savvy with the gear changes to try and keep a steady power output. But hey ho, it's not as bad as some of the problems some of you guys have had, so I'm going to stop moaning about it and just get my head down and ride. stuff blown up. I chased Guthrie and Martin, just couldn't hang on once I got there. I need to recover now. Martin's over the top of the climb. Unbelievable, man. I got to about 50, 60 metres of you, and then you just lit it up. Incredible. I have to say, your climbing prowess has got better and better with every stage. Just amazing. I pinned a lot of my hopes on this particular stage. I'll be lucky to get to the end of it. I'm feeling beaten up. Awesome stuff, dude. And Peter Guthrie left me for dead just when I got close to his wheel. Or actually right on his wheel, I just couldn't hold his pace. Oh, right, let's go over this little hump and I can relax for a little bit. Mr. Mooney, just come back past me. Good job, man. It's looking like Mr. Visser and Mr. Nix will probably get me as well. I have no fight in me tonight at all. I don't know. I need to shake myself out of a slump. My legs feel crap, but I think it's my head more than my legs, if I'm honest. I don't know, maybe it'll come back to me at some point. Still a long way to go. 16.5 kilometres of climbing. I told you I was in a bad mood. I'm sorry. I'll try and make a fire of it at some point, but I don't know. I'm lacking motivation today. If anyone's still here watching this, why? This is the most boring thing ever. It's just me on my own. 2 watts per kilogram. Just plodding along. Switch off now, nothing else is going to happen. I'm not catching Martin, or Mooney, or Guthrie, or Schmidt, or Denton. Visser was closing in on me, but stopped at around the 20k mark. Nix could still catch me. Definitely putting out more power. Oh, Mr. Mooney has had a dropout or something. He's having a rest, I don't know. Okay, so something's happened, but... Oh, and Decker's won. Well done, Mr. Decker. It looks like Hill and Lopez are right on the finishing line. Looks pretty close, actually, between those guys. They've got, what, about 500 metres to go, by my reckoning. Nearly 6 watts per kilogram, over 6 watts per kilogram by Hill. Wow, looks like he's decided to not take it all the way to the line and just try and break Lopez. Speaking of breaking, Martin has broken me. Just a stunning first climb. And I was moaning about me not having any fight. That isn't to take anything away from what you've done, because I think if I'd managed to get hold of you near the top, maybe I would have the fight in my legs and my brain, but you just put my flame out as soon as I got anywhere near. Snuffed it out, shot off. Amazing dig for the last, I don't know, 4 kilometre of the first climb, and then just disappeared over the top. Absolutely fantastic. So I really don't want to take away anything from the brilliance of your ride by me saying that I'm not in it today. You are the reason I'm not feeling it today. Anyway, we'll try John. Like I say, switch off. Nothing happening here. I'm just going to grind this one out to the end, see what the damage is. Luckily, rest day tomorrow, and then hopefully that will do something so I can restart this fight with the prop monster. about 2k to go. I'm fighting off cramp here, and I just, why do this? It's stupid. Martin, oh my God. Every time I think I've got a sniff, just ups his power, same with Peter Guthrie. They're both about 700, 800 metres ahead of me. I can't get any closer. Schmidt, 1.2k back. Nitch and Nix, 2.9k back. I can see Percy's come over the line, as has Keith and Catherine Denton. Mooney's very close. Unbelievable, guys. This is just, there's nothing in this that's fun. That's it. There's your start of the day, ladies and gentlemen. 250 metres to go. This was a stage I think Martin even was expecting to have to try and limit damage on what time I could put into him. He went into this with a 5-minute lead, 5 or 6 minutes over me, and was hoping just to not let it turn the other way by too much. Absolutely incredible. He stretched it out. I can't chase, I'm going to cramp up fully if I try and put out any more power than this at the moment. He's going to have a full 700-800 metres on me by the time I get to the line. Absolutely incredible. There you go. Vive France, star number 5. Oh, that must be sweet, man. Look at that. What a legend. Stunning, stunning ride. And is that the point where Martin beat me in the GC? Is it clawbackable? This week was my best chance, being the hilliest week. There are a couple of mountains still to go, but Martin's been doing better on the mountains than I've been doing on the flat, so, well, anyway, back to me, trudging away, 600 metres to go. I'd like to do something to reduce the time gap, but what I'm doing now is my something. It's as much as I got. I'm going to stop talking just for this last 600. Sorry everyone, that just ruined me. If anybody enjoyed any part of that, you are weird. No, he's just a much better rider than me. Oh, that's the closest I've come to quitting a race, let alone a VLF stage. It's only my stupid OCD for sort of completion that kept me in that. I wouldn't be able to live with myself not being able to tick off all the times in my handbook at the end of this. And I certainly am not coming back tomorrow on rest day for more. There's a bloody great daddy long legs in here flying around. Oh, I've said it before, but I can't say it enough. B Mooney, P Guthrie, M Prop, flipping out. Sensational, sensational. I'll tell you what else is sensational, and I mean, I feel quite heroic getting to the end of that. I'm looking back, G Guskett still going, unbelievable. Jay Schmidt just coming up to the line now, I think. Should see him come over any second. Jay Nix or Nitch, 2k out. Brilliant. Robert Grant is at 30 kilometres. Robert, I tell you what, I meant to actually do a competition prior to this stage to guess my finishing time, and whoever got the closest won a WKG bead on. But I'm going to give it to Robert. Robert Grant, please finish this stage. Comment, or actually private message me with your address. You're in the States, aren't you? So private message me. I'll send you a bead on with my secret Go Juice recipe, which clearly isn't really helping me, but you know, if ever there was a deserved winner of some kind of giveaway, Robert Grant, you've won Star of the Vive la France, number 2 or 3, I think it was. You deserve something more tangible than that. What I can't do, sadly, is stand here while you all finish. I just lay on the floor for I don't know how long. I just had to. I couldn't. My head was all over the place. My legs were spasming. It was just, luckily, not as bad as our normal 1:11 race. In terms of, I didn't have a full body cramp, including forehead, cheeks, mouth. Like every part of me cramped that day, and I was in a proper mess. So at least I didn't get to that stage because I think we had the descent, and then I took it easy for a few K, and my cramp actually subsided, which meant that about 6-7 K out, I actually started having another little dig as Jay Schmidt comes over the line. Awesome stuff, man. Yeah, I started having another little dig and pulled some time back on Martin, but similar to the first climb, he never let me get close enough to be worried, and then just accelerated in the last couple of kilometres. Just staggering performance. I can't. There are no words to describe. I'm really proud of you, mate. I really am. That sounds so soppy, but I really am. That was just brilliant. Anyway, guys, I've got to go and have a beer and drown my sorrows. I was in a bad mood before the race. I'm in a freaking miserable mood. No, I'm not. Anyway, thank you all so much for taking part in that. You're stupid as I am. Enjoy your rest day tomorrow. I know I am, although I've got to mow the lawn apparently as well as normal daily work crap, but that's it. Marcus Neal out. Mic drop. Done.